Disability Insurance Scheme Goal Setting webinar. Goals in the NDIS. Your goals form the foundation of your plan with the NDIS, and the supports and services that you receive are there to help you achieve these goals. So it's important for you to think about what's important to you, what things you'd like to change, what you'd like to be able to do with less help from others, and what new things you'd like to try. So you need to think about what are the things that are most important to you, that you'd like to change, that you'd like to do with less help, and what you'd like to try. For the last 3 years, we've been working with people with MS in the NDIS trial areas in the Hunter in New South Wales, Barwon in Victoria, and the ACT. One of the things we've learned over this time is the better prepared you are for the conversation with an NDI planner, the more likely it will be that you have a plan that meets your needs and allows you to live an ordinary life. So that's why preparation is important. It leads to an easy, stress-free conversation with your planner, and it provides you with a plan that reflects your individual needs, helping to ensure that you achieve your goals. Step 1 is identifying your goals. Consider what's important to you and what you'd like to achieve. Remember, goals differ for each person according to their individual and life circumstances. So it's important to take some time to think about your goals and be prepared for your planning conversation. Goal setting may be a new concept for a lot of people living with disability or with a functional impairment. And for most of us, it would be difficult to give a quick answer if we were asked, what are your goals? That's why it's good to spend some time thinking about what your goals are and to make use of the tools your MS organisation has developed if you need a bit of extra help. There are all sorts of goals. A goal may be aspirational, to return to the workforce. It may be to go with the family on a holiday. A goal may relate to current life activities, such as your job, your social network, or your garden. A goal may relate to improved independence in everyday activities such as dressing and taking a shower, making meals, being able to get out of bed. Or it may relate to your relationships, your goals and your responsibilities, being a parent, being a partner, and an active family member and friend. So I'd just like to give you some examples. A person returning to work because they have domestic assistance and meal preparation and transport is meeting their goal of being able to stay or return to the workforce. We know of someone who had some modifications to their caravan. It was just a simple, modification. It was to put some rails in. That's meant that she can now go on holidays with her family again. We know of someone else who's receiving transport funding so she can get to and from the coffee shop to meet up with friends. We also know of someone who wanted to regain their independence and now has a carer who comes in to assist with showering and dressing. She has choice and control over who provides the service and when they provide it. She's no longer so reliant on family members, which has increased her sense of independence. We also know of a working mother who was unable to take part in family activities, help the children with homework, attend their sport, all those usual things, because her fatigue levels were so high prior to getting her supports and services that she couldn't do that. She's now receiving domestic assistance and meal preparation, and she no longer has to make a choice between cleaning the house and cooking the meals or being an active parent and partner, and she's continuing to work. She now feels she has more control over how she's living her life. So after you've had a think about what your goals are, you need to go on to step 2, which is identifying the barriers that prevent you from achieving your goals. Knowing what's stopping you from achieving your goals will help you to identify the supports and services that will help you to achieve your goals. Some of the barriers might be lack of transport due to cost, mobility, fatigue, your home, steps, narrow doorways, the bathroom layout. A barrier might be being able to think through things, remember things, or losing track. Or it might mean not having enough or any support. So have a think about some of these things. Are you unable to get out and about to see friends and family? Do you have to rely on family and friends to transport you? Do you have difficulty walking? Or maybe the equipment you have needs repair and replacement so that you can be more independent. Does your fatigue stop you from doing the things you'd like to do? Do you have to toss up between, for example, getting the house clean, hanging out the washing or shopping, with participating in social or work activities? Does the layout of your home make it difficult to maintain your independence? Are there steps out to the clothesline? Is it hard for you to use a walker or wheelchair in the house? Or does the layout of the bathroom make it difficult for you to shower independently? Does brain fog affect your ability to complete everyday tasks? Or does a lack of support stop you from doing the things you'd like to do? These are just some of the barriers that others have identified that stop them from leading an ordinary life. Knowing what your barriers are and making a record of them will help you to be well prepared for your conversation with an NDIS planner. I'd like to give you some examples of other people's goals because it might help you think about what is important for you. I'd like to be able to go out to parks, to family events, or to the markets with my children. I want to visit my mother weekly, have lunch in cafes, or join social outings. I'd like to make more local contacts so I can see people more regularly. Or I want to continue to be a regular participant in and assist with various social groups. So what types of services are in people's plans that help them to remain socially connected? Well, there's access to suitable mobility assistive equipment that's recommended by an allied health professional, an OT or physio. There's transport funding or car modifications that might be reasonable and necessary. It might mean you get help to locate or join groups such as a church group, interest group, or help to extend social networks. It might mean that you receive an OT driving assessment to ensure that you're able to renew your licence. Some examples of goals related to building or maintaining independence. I want to maintain my independence with personal care. I want to ensure that I'm safe and to reduce my risk of falls. I want to increase my mobility and confidence to get out and about more independently. And I want to be able to do things for myself and not rely on others. So some of the services that people might be receiving to meet these goals could be personal supports with showering and dressing. And remember that you would have choice and control over who and when these supports happen. It might mean funds to purchase a personal alarm or a physio assessment and a personalised plan to help you build your strength. It could be supports for household chores, including domestic cleaning, shopping or food preparation. It might mean that you get some transport funding, so you've got taxis to get to appointments or meetings. There might also be funding for occupational therapy and physiotherapy assessments. Here are some examples of goals related to economic participation. I'd like to be able to manage my fatigue and cognitive abilities so that I can maintain my employment. I'd like to know that I have real choice on the days I need to get to work, but I don't feel confident to drive. I would like to better manage my heat intolerance so that I can continue to work. So the types of services and supports that people are receiving to help them meet these sorts of goals are domestic support, so maybe some house cleaning so that that task doesn't fall to you if you're feeling fatigued, a workplace assessment, an occupational therapy assessment, transport costs included in a plan so that on those days when you might not be able to drive that you've got an option, and equipment such as cooling vests and ties that might help you manage heat intolerance so you can continue to work or do daily activities. Let's talk about the next steps and how we can assist. Make a list of your goals and the barriers that you face. Keep these handy as they will help when it comes time to have a conversation with a planner. Have a look at the information on your local MS organisation's website at www.ms.org.au and click on the large NDIS button. A good starting place is to view the NDIS MS My Stories. There are three videos there of different people who are now participants, and they give you a real feel for not only how the planning went for them, but the supports and services they have and how it's changed their lives. Take some time to look at our MS checklist. That can be found on our website, or you can call your local MS organisation and ask for one to be sent to you. You can also contact your local MS organisation if you'd like to chat about the NDIS and if you think you need support to access the scheme. Here are some key points about goal setting. Your goals and your plan will be unique. They will be directed by you and are based on your aspirations. The more engaged and prepared you are, the greater the level of choice, control and independence you will achieve. Remember, every plan is unique, so your plan will reflect your individual goals and the supports you need. Plans are directed by you and they are based on your individual goals and aspirations. Remember that by engaging and preparing well, you'll maximise your level of choice and independence. Thanks for taking the time to listen to the webinar. If you have any further questions or are interested in the tools we've developed to help people prepare for their conversation with a planner, please call your local MS organisation. Thanks and goodbye for now.